If you are a power player, a challenge taker, driven to perform with a passion for excellence, a visionary with dreams for the future, elevate your life with People's Bank Excelsior, a comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you. People's Bank Excelsior, for professionals who dare to dream.
In a few moments, the news.
People's Bank Excelsior. Live the life you want.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The President says that Sri Lanka will achieve rapid development following the implementation of debt restructuring program with the IMF. The President thanks the Chinese counterpart for the support extended to recover Sri Lanka's economic problems. The Examination Commissioner General says that there is a shortage of 6,000 more teachers for advanced level answer sheet evaluation activities. The Elections Commission is to meet on Thursday in order to discuss the next procedure to be taken regarding the local government polls. International news. U.S. government approves Alaska oil and gas drilling project. Sports news. The Battle of the Babes will be played at the Pallekele International Stadium on the 31st of March and 1st of April. We move on to local news in detail now. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that Sri Lanka will hope a rapid development following the implementation of debt restructuring program with the IMF. During a discussion with the representatives of the Sinopec Group held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday, the President said that foreign investors will be encouraged to start more ventures in Sri Lanka in order to attract more foreign exchange and to create job opportunities locally. He added that the government has taken a principled decision to expand the distribution of fuel, which is expected to commence shortly. The representatives from the Sinopec Group confirmed their readiness to invest in the import, storage, distribution and marketing of fuel to cater to Sri Lanka's energy requirements. The representatives informed the Sri Lankan government that the organization has adhered to the existing system and has applied accordingly. They further conveyed their readiness to fully finance the construction of a refinery in Hambantota, which has been identified as a central energy hub by the government. Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, on behalf of the government and many people of Sri Lanka, has congratulated his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping for securing a historic third term as the president. President Wickremesinghe also acknowledged President Xi's accomplishment leadership, under which he said China has overcome challenges and made great progress. The President also thanked the Chinese counterpart for the support extended to recover Sri Lanka's economic problems. Examination Commissioner General Amit Jayasundara said that there is a shortage of 6,000 more teachers for advanced level answer sheet evaluation activities. About 20,000 teachers are required for the answer script evaluation activities, but only 13,000 teachers have applied for it. Although the online application period for teachers to apply for the answer script evaluation was scheduled to end on the 8th of this month, the period was extended due to lack of applications. Accordingly, within a period of 5 days, another 1,300 teachers have applied for answer script evaluation. He said this yesterday while participating in a press conference held at the Sri Lanka Examinations Department premises. He said that the daily stipend of 500 rupees given for the evaluation of advanced level answer sheets has been increased to 2,000 rupees under a special cabinet approval, but certain teachers have not yet applied due to the allegations made by some teacher trade unions that this is insufficient. He added that the A-level answer sheet evaluation activities have been delayed by 3 weeks by now, and the government has agreed to provide 2,000 rupees to the teachers for the evaluation work. Around 3 million A-level answer sheets have been safely stored in the examination department, and the answer sheets have been protected from insects by applying chemicals. The Elections Commission is to meet on Thursday in order to discuss the next procedure to be taken regarding the local government polls. Although the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance has been informed to release the necessary finance for the elections, no positive response has been received so far. The chairman of the Elections Commission, Nimal Punjiheva, told SLBC that the next step of the commission under these circumstances would be determined in the scheduled meeting. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
People's Bank Excelsior. Live the life you want.
Continuing with more stories here at home. The governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Nandalal Veerasinghe, says around $500 million entered the market within a period of 7 days. Speaking during an event in Colombo, Governor Veerasinghe noted that they announced an amnesty period for exporters, other traders and professionals including doctors, engineers and lawyers who had accumulated foreign currency to change them into rupees without being questioned. The CBSL chief said although the dollar was trading between 365 and 370 rupees during the amnesty period, only $30 million entered the market. He said if individuals dealing in the black market had heeded to the advice of the central bank, they would have received a higher rate for their dollars. Minister of Wildlife and Forest Resources Conservation, Pavitra Devi Vanyarachi, was appointed recently as the president of the Sri Lanka European Union Parliamentary Friendship Association. The special meeting to appoint the office bearers related to the 9th Parliament of the Sri Lanka European Union Parliamentary Friendship Association was held in Parliament and was chaired by Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardena. Ambassador of the delegation of the European Union to Sri Lanka, Dennis Shaibi, was present as the guest of honour, and the Secretary General of the Parliament, Dhammika Dasanayake, was also present at this event. Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardena said that the European Union has provided grants to Sri Lanka to support and contribute to local efforts towards recovery and reform processes in a wide range of areas including poverty reduction, democratic governance, local development, agriculture, water and health, and allocated financial grant for development assistance in Sri Lanka during a period of 2014 to 2020. Furthermore, the speaker stated that the European Union supported Sri Lanka during COVID-19 crisis in the country. That's local news for the moment.
People's Bank Excelsior, a comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you. People's Bank Excelsior, for professionals who dare to dream.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Examination Commissioner General Amit Jasundara says that the cut-off marks for Grade 6 admission based on Grade 5 scholarship examination will be released as soon as possible. While addressing a media briefing at the Examinations Department yesterday, he said that the cut-off marks will be formulated through the computer system based on the number of candidates applied for and based on available vacancies for Grade 6.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB New Year Bonanza. Special gifts and vouchers available till the 10th of April. Special discounts up to 20% on bank cards. CIB, excellence in customer care.
Minister of Urban Development and Housing Prasanna Ranatunga instructed the Ministry Secretary at the recent Ministerial Consultative Committee on Urban Development and Housing meeting to consult with the relevant parties and take a decision regarding the abandoned unfinished buildings in the Colombo municipal area. Accordingly, the Minister informed the relevant officials that steps be taken to submit the recommendations to the Cabinet.
CIB New Year Bonanza. Special gifts and vouchers available till the 10th of April. Special discounts up to 20% on bank cards. CIB, excellence in customer care.
World News headlines. U.S. government approves Alaska oil and gas drilling project. Myanmar army kills more than 28 in monastery attack. Masatoshi Ito, billionaire who made 7-Eleven a global giant, dies at 98. World News in detail now. U.S. President Joe Biden has approved a major oil and gas drilling project in Alaska that faced strong opposition from environmental activists. The company behind the Willow project, ConocoPhillips, says it will create local investment and thousands of jobs. But the $8 billion proposal faced a torrent of online activism in recent weeks, particularly among youth activists on TikTok. Opponents argued it should be halted over its climate and wildlife impacts. At least 28 people were killed by the Myanmar army at a monastery in southern Shan state, an insurgent group said. Troops shelled the Nan Nain village on Saturday, the Karenni Nationalities Defense Force said. Myanmar has seen a growing number of deadly battles between its military and armed resistance groups since the junta seized power in a coup 2 years ago. Some of the fiercest fighting has been in this region between the capital Nai Pyi Taw and the border with Thailand. Finally on World News, Japanese billionaire Masatoshi Ito, who helped turn 7-Eleven convenience stores into a global business empire, has died aged 98. He died last Friday from old age operator 7&I Holdings said in a statement. We would like to express a sincere gratitude to him for his kindness during his lifetime, the firm said. There are more than 83,000 7-Eleven stores around the world, with a quarter of them located in Japan. That's World News.
Development News.
The Food and Agriculture Organization with the United Nations, in collaboration with the United States Agency for International Development, is working together with the Ministry of Agriculture to increase the productivity and resilience of the rice-based ecosystems in the dry and intermediate zones of Sri Lanka. 75% of the 890,000 hectares of agricultural land used for paddy farming in Sri Lanka is under smallholder farmers. Despite the country's potential, the productivity in major growing ecosystems in Sri Lanka, the dry and intermediate zones, has been stagnant or declining over the last 10 years. If paddy productivity is increased by just 10% in the dry and intermediate zones, Sri Lanka will produce an extra 0.5 million tons. More efficient farming can also release approximately 100,000 hectares of land for other field crops and reduce the country's resilience on imports. A plan of action to increase the paddy productivity of the dry and intermediate zones is being drawn at present. That's Development News. And moving on to sports news, the 63rd cricket encounter between St. Sylvester's College and Vidyartha College, also known as the Battle of the Babes, will be played at the Pallekele International Stadium on 31st of March and 1st of April. The winners will be awarded the Reverend Father George Trophy. Out of the games played, St. Sylvester's have won 15 games. Last win was in 2022. Vidyartha have won 3 games. Last win was in 1967 under R.M. Lafir. The one-day game between these two schools is on a halt due to ground problem. Once this is solved, the date will be fixed, and this one day is played for the Madivake Trophy. Both teams possess a good set of players. The two teams first met in 1955 at the police barracks matting wicket. And that's on Sports News.
Sneha Sedayada from NSB. NSB is proud to present the NSB Hapan account with a deposit of 2,000 rupees for all children born in March 2023 from NSB.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
And on business news, Sri Lanka sold 110.44 billion rupees worth of bonds at an auction on Monday after offering 180 billion, data from State Debt Office showed. All 110 billion rupees of 1st May 2027 bonds were sold at 28.11%. Only 441 million of the offered 70 billion rupees of 15th November 2024 bonds were sold at 29.99%. That's on Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank.
Sneha Sedayada from NSB. Commemorating International Women's Day and their 51st anniversary in March, NSB is proud to present the NSB Hapan account with a deposit of 2,000 rupees for all children born in March 2023. Enjoy a host of benefits throughout March. A tribute to motherhood and our future generation from NSB.
And on economic news, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka says that Sri Lankan migrant workers' foreign remittances amounted to a total of $844.9 million in the first 2 months of 2023. According to a latest report published by the Central Bank, this is an increase of 82% in comparison to the total sum of $464.1 million foreign remittances recorded in both January and February last year. The Central Bank's figures have shown that the foreign remittances earned by Sri Lankan migrant workers were at $437.5 million and $407.4 million in January and February 2023, respectively. That's on economic news.
Weather report.
Several spells of light showers may occur in eastern and Uva provinces and in Polonnaru and Matale districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in western, Sabaragamuwa, northwestern and southern provinces and in Kandy and Nuwara districts during the afternoon or night. That's the weather update. Before we wind up this bulletin of news, back to the headlines. The President says that Sri Lanka will achieve a rapid development following the implementation of debt restructuring program with the IMF. The President thanks the Chinese counterpart for the support extended to recover Sri Lanka's economic problems. The Examination Commissioner General says that there's a shortage of 6,000 more teachers for advanced level answer sheet evaluation activities. The Elections Commission is to meet on Thursday in order to discuss the next procedure to be taken regarding the local government polls. International news: U.S. government approves Alaska oil and gas drilling project. Sports news: the Battle of the Babes will be played at the Pallekele International Stadium on 31st March and 1st of April. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news, and it's back to Sound there to give you some good company for the next couple of hours.